Next at 11, bundle up, South Florida. Temperatures are tumbling.
I'm David Bernard in Weather Control. After the big afternoon plunge, temperatures still falling tonight. I'll let you know what to expect in the morning.
And left out in the cold because of a power problem, while these people say the help they're getting is not enough.
Plus, suitcases, newspaper. Detectives show the evidence and reveal disturbing new details in the case of the mummified baby. Good evening, South Florida. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. All out coverage of the day's top stories in 30 seconds.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 11.
First at 11, a sight we don't often see in South Florida. People bundled up in their sweaters and jackets, and one person even opting for a scarf. And tonight, it came in very handy. Our temperatures dropped 20 degrees in one day.
Fast. Winter is officially back, but for how long? CBS 4 meteorologist David Bernard is here with the details. David?
Now, of course, something we don't often see in South Florida is for winter to stick around for, say, maybe more than a day or two. So hopefully that'll be the case this time as well. Look at the temperatures right now. They're still continuing to drop tonight. Now down to 55 degrees at Northwest Fort Lauderdale and Pompano Beach, 58 at the airport. Opelika has 56 degrees. But just to our north, they're already starting to feel the 40s. 50 at Tampa, but there are the 40s, Gainesville and Jacksonville, and even low 50s as far south as West Palm Beach. Key West right now is currently at 65 degrees. Now, of course, we have the winds blowing out of the north. The average wind speed's around 10 or 12 miles per hour. Some of them, let's see here. Are we going to make it back to me? I don't know. There we are. The wind speeds are averaging about 12 or 13 miles per hour, so that's definitely going to make it feel colder. That's why for the forecast lows tonight, I'm adding a wind chill, saying in the morning it'll feel like 40s. Now, actual lows will be lower 50s along Interstate 95, upper 40s Weston on over to Coral Springs and all the neighborhoods surrounding there. And in Miami-Dade, the same story. Hialeah about 52, 51 Doral and Sweetwater. South Miami, the Gables, 53 degrees. And on down to Cutler Bay, you'll probably see around 50 or 51 in West Kendall, about 48 degrees. And this cool, warm, and then cool trend is going to continue as we go into the weekend. We're going to go back up to the 80s, but it looks like another chill down coming for early next week. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes.
Thanks, David. As if 2 nights out of their homes wasn't enough, now residents forced out of their Miami Beach apartment complex are battling the dropping temperatures. CBS 4's Tiffany Helberg joins us live from the beach, where they're also planning to fight their landlord. Tiffany?
Elliot, the doors are locked tonight. You can see the residents milling around out here, some cradling their sleepy young children in their arms. Tonight, lawyers are telling them that under the law, they're entitled to 3 times their monthly rent and then some. The landlord is offering them less than that. And tonight, he's keeping everyone out of their homes. Day 3 of frustration for the tenants here at 2000 Liberty Avenue.
I feel like they be treating us like an animal. Just throw you out. Now it's cold. It was raining during the day. Raining, kids outside, animals outside. No respect.
40 units of people kicked out since Tuesday when someone cut the power line to the building. Now power is restored, but still no one is allowed to stay. Just a quick trip in to grab some belongings, then back out onto the street.
I'm tired. There's no emotion right now. I just want to sleep.
Robert Kendrick says the problem started back in December when the landlord turned off the gas.
No reason was given or anything. No calls or when will it be cut back on. I sent them a letter. No answer.
A for sale sign remains on the recently purchased building, and now many here are starting to put 2 and 2 together.
Our opinion is that he's trying to get us out of here. He just bought this place not too long ago, so he wants to get us out of here so he could rent it more expensive.
And the lawyers are lining up too. City officials tell us 4 different legal agencies are filing suit against the owner. In the meantime, Miami Beach is racking up a bill topping more than $5 grand a day as the city puts the displaced tenants up in hotels and gives them 1 meal a day.
I just want my life back. That's what I want. I want my life back. I want to be able to live comfortably, just like anybody else. I didn't ask for luxury. I didn't ask for a free hand. I just want to do what I need to do to get my life back.
Now, nobody knows why they can't sleep inside in their beds tonight, even though power is restored. We have made numerous attempts to track down the landlord over the last couple days. He's evaded all of those attempts. Live in Miami Beach, Tiffany Helberg, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Tonight, we're getting a look at a bizarre array of evidence in one of the most bizarre mysteries South Florida has ever seen. But will suitcases and old newspaper help investigators solve the case of the mummified baby found in a storage unit on Linton Boulevard in Delray Beach? CBS 4's Evan Bacon is out there live tonight with what they're saying so far. Evan?
Yeah, right now I'm at Delray Beach Police Headquarters, where they released new information today. They told us about the baby. They said it was very small, less than a pound, possibly a fetus. One detective said they saw what might have been an umbilical cord. However, that's not confirmed. Plus, new information on the people who rented that storage unit originally. A pair of suitcases, a newspaper, a black pair of pants, all part of a makeshift tomb that may have preserved a baby's body up to 50 years.
You could actually see the location of the eyes, the location of the nose, and the slot where the mouth would be. So you can't see a facial expression, but you can see where the mouth is and the face is.
The 13-ounce corpse, measuring 1.5 feet in length and crouched in a fetal position, was discovered Monday by a 46-year-old woman who flew in from New Jersey to clear out a storage locker belonging to her deceased parents.
I think she's very much traumatized by this in twofold. One, that it's a gruesome discovery, first of all, to go through your family's possessions and find the remains of an infant, and then to think that these remains could be one of your siblings.
Detectives displayed the newspaper the tiny boy was wrapped in, dated Wednesday, January 9th, 1957, and the two suitcases, one placed inside the other, which double sealed the tiny body.
There was a baby, rosary beads, there were a religious prayer or a religious photograph, there was a birthday prayer, all of these suggesting that the person who placed a child in there did care or was religious in some sense.
Police do say the woman who rented the storage space was Catholic and unwed at the time that newspaper was printed in 1957. But we won't know for sure if that's when the baby or fetus was placed there until forensic anthropologists study the body of evidence and release their findings. There are only 74 forensic anthropologists in the world, and one of them will be working on this case. He will try to figure out who the victim is and what happened to him. We're live in Delray Beach. Evan Bacon, CBS 4 News tonight.
New at 11 tonight, a fifth person is arrested in connection with the murder of a man who was hit by a county bus. Police arrested 14-year-old Travis Washington tonight. They're charging him with first-degree murder. Investigators say Washington and 4 other teens tried to rob a man. When the victim resisted, one of the boys pushed him into the path of an oncoming bus. Police arrested the other 4 suspects yesterday. A grand jury will now decide what to do about murder charges.
Also new tonight, a driver faints behind the wheel and crashes into a home in Homestead. It happened on the 9600 block of Southwest 191st Terrace. The car's windshield, as you can see, was smashed and the driver was injured. He's in the hospital tonight. No word on his condition.
A would-be thief is stopped and forced to empty his pockets filled with stolen pills. A manager at a Walgreens in Lauderdale Lake spotted the man standing in line while stuffing painkillers into his pants. The suspect tossed 25 vials of painkillers on the floor before getting away. Police are still looking for him.
A new requirement for South Florida students. This year's high school freshmen will have to make the grade on the FCAT if they want to graduate. On top of passing the reading and math portions of the test, which is already required, students will now also have to pass the writing section to get their diplomas. The state board passed this measure unanimously. You can read more on this story in tomorrow's Miami Herald or on miamiherald.com.
Help is on the way. That's the message from Florida Governor Charlie Crist to Floridians now that the state's sweeping hurricane insurance bill is law. The new measure is aimed at reducing soaring insurance premiums that have doubled and tripled for some consumers. Still, critics say the measure doesn't go far enough because some of the hardest hit homeowners will only see modest rate reductions. Crist says the bill is a good first step and that more remains to be done.
The governor planned to keep the focus on the new insurance rate cuts, but attention at today's signing quickly shifted to a newspaper report that Charlie Crist is a father. The St. Petersburg Times says that Crist had a fling with this woman, Rebecca Odell Townsend, and signed away his paternity rights to a daughter in 1989.
It's unfortunate when things like that come up, but you know, it was a campaign thing that somebody carried forward. There's absolutely nothing to it, and I'm not going to give it any more dignity and answer any more about it.
The teen's adoptive parents want the governor to take a paternity test to help the college-age girl avoid getting caught up in a scandal.
A controversial billboard, the target of vandals, and their message is just as controversial. It's a CBS 4 News exclusive.
And on Super Bowl Sunday, we'll see fans and we'll see a game, but another big part of the football experience will be missing. We'll fill you in. Tonight, a controversial billboard has been targeted by vandals.
Well, the sign once focused on immigration, but the new message is about terrorism. CBS 4's Art Barron joins us live with a story you'll see only on 4. Art?
Well, for the second time, the billboard that you see right behind me has turned into a free speech message center. That's right, vandals making a political statement from an original message many considered racist in nature.
I don't know. It's somebody that probably doesn't know what they're talking about.
This worn and torn billboard reads, "Stop the invasion," then spray painted below, 9/11 was an inside job.
9/11 was an inside. So people think something was wrong with the government. It's not exactly not that one.
Yeah.
It's like crazy people something do, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody looking for attention or something.
The meaning of the message? Well, it depends on how you read it.
They thought that you were talking about stop the invasion of drugs in this country.
The billboard sitting at 79th and 995 didn't always look like that. Rewind to 7 months ago. We first told you about the controversial message which took aim at illegal immigration. Stop the invasion, secure our borders. Well, someone changed the words back then to secure our hoods, stop the invasion of yuppies, stop gentrification. In June, an anonymous group said it was against displacing low-income people, mostly blacks and Latinos, to make room for large condo developments. The anonymous group said the original billboard was racist. Not so, says the conservative grassroots group behind the message.
The billboard was posted and paid for by Florida residents, and it's what we continue to fight for, border security.
Ron DeYoung is surprised to learn the sign is still up after what was supposed to be a 2-month lease.
If somebody wants to vandalize the board and add their own little moniker to it, I guess that's something that you'd have to take up with the billboard company.
The billboard brought the anti-immigration debate to South Florida.
My great-grandmother came to this country from Russia, and thankfully she didn't have too much discrimination, and I think that we shouldn't hold that against people.
Spoke with a billboard company. The vice president of sales was not aware of the vandalism, but told me that a new advertisement for a communications company will be posted up there on that billboard in the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's very latest out here in Miami. Art Barron, CBS 4 News tonight.
Tonight, only CBS 4 News is uncovering an internet scam that's ruffling some feathers. Someone is fooling people into thinking they're donating money to a local bird sanctuary. The Pelican Harbor Seabird Station in North Bay Village has learned that a website has been selling T-shirts and other items and claiming that it will donate part of the profits to the center. The woman who runs the sanctuary says the public is being deceived.
We don't know who this person is. We've never received a penny. Certainly not in the name that's on the website.
The center has hired a lawyer now who's now looking to get that website yanked. Pelican Harbor depends on donations to feed and rehabilitate thousands of pelicans.
We are just 10 days from the South Florida Showdown. And if your Super Bowl plans include tailgating, well, you got to stay away from Dolphin Stadium. Because of security concerns, the NFL is prohibiting the pregame tradition in a 1-mile radius of the stadium, including the parking lots. If you're caught grilling or drinking alcohol, you could face charges.
NFL players are using the Super Bowl to encourage good performance off the field. Dolphin tight end Randy McMichael and offensive lineman Rex Hadnot visited Lake Stevens Elementary today as part of the Super Learning in a Super City program held every year in the Super Bowl host city. This visit was a special reward for the winners of the My Winning Moment essay contest.
At Touch Catering, it's all about getting some super food ready for the sizzling parties in South Florida. Some of the gourmet dishes hitting things up: walnut-crusted salmon, ribs, and mouth-watering corned beef. It's all part of an international-style feast set to feed more than 3,000 people at a Super Bowl pre-party at Bayfront Park the night before the big game. Now, for more on the food, you'll find some exclusive Super Bowl parties. Just log on to CBS4.com. You'll find it in our special Super Bowl section. And don't forget, we'll be bringing you exclusive stories and access to all the big parties leading up to the big game.
David Bernard is here now. It's kind of a nice change of pace, but I think people coming for the Super Bowl would not like to have this weather.
I had more than a few comments from visitors today actually saying, what happened? We're trying to get out of New York and all these places. And even for down here, this is chilly for us. And they weren't expecting it. Don't worry. It doesn't last too long around here. In fact, tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day. Okay, here's a look at statewide temperatures right now. There's plenty of chill out there. 50 statewide, except in the lower Keys, where it's 65 in Key West. There's 44 in Jacksonville and 43 in Gainesville. And you can see it's already almost into the 40s at West Palm Beach at 51, and Fort Myers has 52. Here's a look at the local readings right now. CBS 4 56 and 57 at MIA, Fort Lauderdale 55. And then again, there's that Key West reading still in the mid-60s, but the stickiness scale's back down to a 0. So it's going to feel fantastic tomorrow with all that sunshine. But here's the problem tonight. North northwest winds at 8, gusting to 17, and that's why we're going to expect some wind chills across the area during the evening hours, making it feel like it's in the 40s. With the front today, the rain was basically light here at Weather Control, only 9/100ths of an inch of rain. Well, as far as those winds go, again, let's take a look at the latest, and we have north winds area-wide, some northwest winds at Fort Lauderdale, and the wind speeds, well, they're averaging around 10 to 15 miles per hour, and you tack on a gust occasionally up to about 20 like we're seeing right now. That's enough to allow those wind chills overnight. Now, the actual forecast lows will mostly stop between 50 and 53 degrees. Coldest areas, though, I think definitely there'll be some upper 40s in northern and western Broward, and across Miami-Dade, the same story. Upper 40s in some of the coldest spots. Southwest Metro-Dade, West Kendall 48, Doral and Sweetwater 51, Aventura and North Miami about 53, Miami Beach, North Bay Village should be about 54 degrees during the morning hours. So it's windy and chilly statewide tonight. We have these northerly winds. There's the front. It's pushing all the way down into Cuba and through the Bahamas. And for tomorrow, when we look at the true view, here's the big turnaround. We're going to have the sun return to the area, and the sunshine down in these parts this far south allows for a warm-up even this time of the year. So we'll have a cool breeze, but I'm still expecting temperatures to reach to near 70 degrees, maybe 71 in some spots, so it should be just about perfect. On Saturday, it looks nice right now. Now, late in the day, as those winds kick up out of the east and east-southeast with the warmer breeze, there could be a brief shower, but right now it looks like Saturday should mainly be dry, but there could be some clouds blowing back in. And on Sunday, low pressure, another one's going to come out of the Gulf, and it looks like this will come through in the afternoon. That means it will be windy and warm ahead of the front, and some showers around in the afternoon with it passing by, but it looks like with the low possibly going well north of us, that's where the best chances of rain will be. And then watch out for early next week. Another cold shot is coming. In fact, this one on Monday and Tuesday to me looks to be even stronger than the one tonight. That means we'll start off the week with cold mornings, but lots of winter sunshine during the afternoon. Here's your forecast for tonight. Much colder, clearing and breezy, wind chills in the 40s. Actual air temperatures 48 inland and 53 at the coast. Tomorrow, plenty of sun, a cool breeze, and 71. And we do have small craft advisories up, particularly for the Gulf Stream offshore. Those wave heights up to 10 feet. Look for a moderate chop tomorrow on the bay. All right, here's the outlook into Sunday. Again, 71 tomorrow. 76 Saturday, and all the way back to 81 on Sunday before that next front arrives during the afternoon and evening. So there you see, the cold is not sticking around too long. Don't fret. But it looks like it's going to be back next week as well, at least for a few days.
Okay.
All right, we're going to give a little reality check right now to the people who are complaining that it's too cold here in South Florida. You really ought to visit Pennsylvania.
Well, think about it. Look at this video first. Near whiteout conditions caused this 30-car pileup in Erie, Pennsylvania. The icy roads left cars with little choice but to hit what was in front of them. Hazmat crews were also called out to clean up the mess because some of the trucks were carrying hazardous materials.
This is the most bizarre story I've heard in a while. Out of Belgium, where what appeared to be a deadly skydiving accident may actually be a crime of passion. The parachute on one of the divers in this video didn't open. Neither did her emergency chute. Investigators now believe they were tampered with because the victim was involved in a sordid love triangle within this skydiving group. The suspect, who police say is the other woman, has been arrested.
Wow. All right, a stunt goes terribly wrong on the set of a new movie.
Coming up here, the Oscar-winning actress inside this Jaguar who ended up taking a trip to the hospital.
I'm Jim Berry. Straight ahead in sports, an ex-Dolphin returns to South Florida as a Super Bowl Bear. Good for him. And one of the grisliest bears of all shows his musical side. Kind of.
Tomorrow on the early show, food packaging labels promise to improve your health. Are the claims for real? We'll take a look.
And the best TVs for watching Super Bowl 41 tomorrow on the early show.
Time for sports, and you were just in Vegas.
Yes, very cold.
Guess who's going to Vegas now?
Who?
Let's see, Shaq.
They are.
You know.
Oh, that's right. The NBA All-Star Game is there. That's right. And the Heat's dynamic duo is indeed bound for Vegas, baby. Once again, Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade, as Elliot said, are NBA All-Stars. Shaq says, "Are you kidding? I've barely played this year." But fans still love the Diesel. They also love D. Wade, who is becoming a perennial All-Star also. When the reserves get named, I think Alonzo Mourning should get some love because he's been rock solid with Shaq being out. Now, joining Shaq and D. Wade as starters in the East, Gilbert Arenas and also LeBron James and Chris Bosh. The West starters, plenty of size, Garnett, Duncan, and very tall Yao Ming. Kobe and T-Mac can take turns firing The Rock. In the NFL, Mikey likes it. Mike Shula takes a job with Jacksonville. Don Sun will be the Jags quarterback coach. Well, in 4 years with the Dolphins, Wally Agunlia learned how to sack quarterbacks. He was one player Dave Wanstead was right about. Wally got traded in a contract dispute, and the Finns miss him. He returns now as a Super Bowl Bear, and he will share his South Florida knowledge with his Chicago teammates, that's for sure.
The biggest thing is to try to stay out of trouble, and enjoy your families. A lot of our families will be down there. So when we get closer to Sunday, probably Saturday, I'll sit down and talk to them and tell them where they need to stay away from, and probably they need to be back in the hotel at a good time.
That's right, Wally, you got to holler at your boys. Just 10 days till Super Bowl 41. You can see the big game only on CBS 4, your official Super Bowl station. At the Aussie Open, get ready for some slugging and grunting. Serena Williams will face Maria Sharapova in the women's final tomorrow night. On the men's side, Andy Roddick flings his racket against Roger Federer. I can see why. Roddick crushes a serve, clubs a forehand, and he still loses the point. Roger says, sorry, I'm so good. Andy storms the net, unfazed. Federer passes him anyway. A straight set demolition. Federer in his 7th straight Grand Slam final. Wow. Tiger Woods, the Federer of golf, meantime, is back on the links in his first tournament of the year. Tiger's still in a groove. Starts the Buick Open in fine form at 18. Gets it close enough to log an eagle. Woods is 6 under, but he is chasing babyface Brandt Snedeker. His 11 under par round of 61 ties a course record. And finally, Iron Mike Ditka like you have never seen or heard. Mike Ditka was a love him or hate him football coach. Certainly was not afraid to bark at his players or give the media a hard time in full public view. Thanks a lot, Coach. But hearing him attempt the Bears fight song, I think casts him in a little bit of a different light.
Bear down, Chicago Bears, make every play, clear the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears, put up a fight with the might so fearlessly.
All right, enough of that already. Make certain that you tune in to Crunch Time Sunday morning. 2 all-time great NFL running backs joining yours truly and Kim Bokamper, Jim Brown, and Marshall Faulk. Yes.
Sports.
That's right. Jim Brown would knock you sideways. He was that big.
I wonder where those places that the player now with the Bears, I can't pronounce his name.
Wally Agunlia. Adewale Agunlia.
The places to stay away from.
I wouldn't know. But I guess he does.
I want to know. All right. Thank you.
No, you don't.
He holler at his boys.
He's going to holler at his boys.
Handle his business.
Yes, right.
Oh, wow.
I try to school him, Maggie.
He teaches me
She's
these
getting
things.
it, little by little.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Now you got to say holla back.
Holla back.
Y'all.
A crash on the set of a major movie, which Oscar-winning actress was taken to the hospital after the stunt went very wrong.
And after the news on The Late Show, not a fan. Howard Stern. We'll be right back.
A scare on the set of Nicole Kidman's latest flick when a stunt goes wrong, sending the Oscar-winning actress to the hospital.
Kidman was inside this Jaguar when it smashed into a pole. It was being pulled by a tow truck while filming a scene for The Invasion. You can see the truck coming around the corner. Here's where it lost control. Kidman walked away from this, but she had to go to the hospital to be examined along with 7 others.
Okay, here's a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers.
CBS 4 News Tonight. We'll be right back.
Don't forget, if you see news in the making, the hotline number is 866-658-TIPS.
You can also snap a picture or take video and email it to us. Ooh, busted, fixing my hair. At pix4@cbs4.com.
I'll do the same thing. That's CBS 4 News Tonight. Don't forget, we are always on at cbs4.com.
David Letterman is coming up next.
Good.
For Elliot Rodriguez,
My fro's all right.
Jim Ferry, and David Bernard. Beautiful. I'm Maggie Rodriguez. We're going to have a good hair day because the weather's great for it. Good night.